Yes! Alrighty! What's up, everybody? It is I, your Tribal God of Extreme, and 18-time undefeated Extreme Heavyweight Champion of the World, Peter Joseph here, for a beautiful WrestleMania Night 1 Saturday afternoon. It is WrestleMania weekend, ladies and gentlemen. We got Night 1 tonight, or in a couple of hours from now, at 6 p.m. Gonna be hopefully a good show from Vegas once again at Allegiant Stadium. So it should be good. Joe Jonas is gonna sing the national anthem. Boring. So we have that. See how that goes, and a whole lot more at WrestleMania 42, the mecca of all wrestling events, next to the G1, next to Wrestle Kingdom. But gonna be an amazing night. But anyway, I am Peter Joseph, your gracious host. I am a content creator talking about the wonderful world of professional wrestling, or whatever the fuck I want to talk about, right here on this particular video on the main channel, Killer of Demons 669. And as always, make sure you like the video, hit the subscribe button down below in my pants, otherwise known as the gobbledygook, otherwise known as the description marks below. So, subscribe to the channel and on my other channels as well. Show your love and support. Leave a comment on this video or any one of my videos from the past, now, and in the future coming, but don't leave stupid comments. You go to the Shadow Realm, you get beaten severely, and then Ozzy and Satan will kick your ass again and then eat your soul. So, don't do it. Get out of here. Go on somebody else's channel and do that shit. You don't like that? Well, you're gonna get blocked and hidden and never be seen from again. I mean, if you're still crying about it, well, cry about it even more, little bitch. And that's that. Get out of here, go on somebody else's channel and do that shit. Because you don't do it on mine. You don't like it? Tough. Share the video all over the internet. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Don't forget to tap and slap that bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one. Because if you miss anything, you fat boy, or SOL. We all know what that means by now. If you don't know what it means, you need to get slapped in the face. Pretty much. And that's that. And if you're brand new here, and you've never seen my channel before, you don't know who the fuck I am, well, I'm Peter Joseph. Happy to see you. But if you're here for the first time, thinking about subscribing, you like wrestling, music, movies, whatever, then you came to the right place. But show love to my other channels as well. Lots of content on those channels as well. So, when you do subscribe, as we say in the business, my friends, it is a business. Welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, you relax, grab the tasty cold one. It's soda. We all know that. No alcohol. We don't drink alcohol unless we're really want to drink alcohol, but, you know, not today. Not tomorrow, but soon. We will. For special days, we do. Not so much today. But anyway, grab yourself the tasty cold one again. Put your stinky feet up and enjoy the show. If you like it, great. You don't, well, fuck you, man. That's it. That's it. Simple to the point. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, it is WrestleMania Saturday. We got WrestleMania coming up in a couple of hours. Pre-show coming up at 3. Nobody's gonna watch that shit for 3 hours. But it is what it is. But night 1 is tonight. Night 2 tomorrow. We got the big ones tomorrow. Oba! Hoo! Femi taking on Brock Lesnar. We got that. And in the main event tomorrow night, CM Punk. Phil takes on our tribal chief, the savior of wrestling himself, and who hopefully will win tomorrow night. And that is, put your ones up, ladies and gentlemen, and acknowledge the man who will save us from that piece of shit, CM Punk, and that's our tribal chief, Roman Reigns. And we must acknowledge him every day. And that's pretty much it. Tonight, we hope Randy Orton and his voice destroys Cody! MDK like Cody, you bitch! See what happens with that. But we really didn't find out what that contract was that Mr. Pat McAfee signed. We didn't really hear about that. Maybe we hear about that tonight. Maybe Pat signed something that way he can't go to ringside. But I think he'll find a way to get there. But, you know, Joey will probably be showing up. There is a small chance Cody retains, which I hope not. But, because, you know, it was pretty much penciled in that Randy was going to win. Roman was going to win. Oba might win. Liv Morgan might win tonight. I mean, we'll see. You got AJ and Becky Lynch tonight for the Intercontinental title. Could see a title change there. I mean, we'll see. And that's that. I think tomorrow night is the Fatal 4 for the women's tag team belts. Paige comes back to wrestling. Unless Nikki Bella's foot miraculously heals up. I doubt it, but she's pretty much out for the match, and Paige has signed a new contract. She is in. So Paige and Brie Bella will take on Nia Jax and Lash Legend. Get shit done. Against Charlotte and Lexi and Bayley and Lyra Valkyria Galassi Beach from Ireland. That's for the women's tag team belts. We got Dom Dom taking on the Demon Finn Balor. I don't like his chances there, Eddie. I'm sorry. What do you mean? My son will always conquers his demons. He was in jail for crying out loud, you pendejo. I'm sorry, Eddie. I'm sorry. I'll change my pick, okay? Oh, you better change your pick, Essie. Okay, calm down. Sorry. Anyway, we got that. We got that ladder match, which is going to be insane with Pentagon, Zero, Miedo, Bouncy, Javon Evans, Alexander, Rusev, who crushes La Pussy, yeah. So we got that. We got Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, I don't know why he's in the match. Rey Mysterio, Booyaka, Booyaka. It's going to be an amazing match, and JD McDumbfuck. That's going to be an amazing match for the Intercontinental title. And then, like I said, we got the main titles on the line with Punk and Roman, Cody and Randy. We got the women's matches on the line. Stephanie Verker against Liv Morgan. Ha 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 ha! We'll see what happens with that. And Jade Cargill and Mommy Rhea Ripley. But no Poppy Priest. Well, we saw him last. We're going to talk about him on the Smackdown review coming up in a bit. But no Poppy Priest on the main show. No Tiffany Stratton. We see her on Smackdown. Yeah, okay. But we don't have Io. We don't have Asuka. We don't even have Kylie. Yeah, we see them at the Hall of Fame. Great. We didn't even see Io at the Hall of Fame. Like, where's Io? Oh, that's right. She's in my bedroom. But I digress. But, I mean, none of the big stars are on the show. I'm pissed. I am pissed. Beyond belief, I am pissed. And there goes the ice cream truck. Well, you like some liquid shit? Oh, cockroach. Oh, $2.50. There it goes. You can hear it probably outside my door. It's that time. It's the springtime. That's when the ice cream man comes out. It is what it is. I got enough ice cream in my house for months. But I digress. We move on with that. But anyway, thanks for watching on the show. I know I went a little bit ahead, but it is what it is. But we got WrestleMania tonight and tomorrow. Pre-show coming up soon. So 17 hours of wrestling tonight and tomorrow. Actually, combined from tonight and tomorrow. 8.5 tonight, 8.5 tomorrow. So we got a 4.5 hour show tonight, 4.5 hour show, main show tomorrow, and then 1 hour of the post show. That's that, but we got 3 hours. I don't know why 3 hours of the pre-show. Why 3 hours? Go figure that one out. I would go 2 max. 3, too long. Unless you're doing a pre-show match, which they haven't done at WrestleMania for years. Why do it? Because you have WrestleMania Friday. It's SmackDown, basically. I don't know. It is what it is. But WrestleMania should be good. I'm all hyped up. The missus is hyped up. We're ready to go for WrestleMania. Well, we're waiting for night 2 so we can acknowledge Roman, kicking Punk's ass. We hope. And if he loses, we riot. And hopefully he doesn't, because Roman said in the interview with Michael Cole, if he loses, well, he's done. He's done everything he could do. He shouldn't be in WWE anymore if Phil somehow wins the match. I hope he doesn't. There should be no chicanery in that match at all. I don't care if it's the Usos. I don't care if it's the Vision. I do not care. Roman should win straight up. Like he did years ago. When Roman was in the Shield. Beat the fuck out of Punk. Even though he got a little help from Ambrose and Seth Rollins. But that's different. But it is what it is. So we'll see what happens tonight. And that's that. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, right now, everything I'm going to tell you right now is happening right now. What happened to them, Peter? Oh, you missed it, dude. I'm sorry, you missed it. But Peter, when will it be now? You want to know when it will be now? Soon. Soon. Can you wait till soon? Good. Good. Alright, but right now, ladies and gentlemen, on the Kill the Demons channel, it is time for your WWE late and as pretty much late and out of date, but it's still your that's what it is. It's still your I'll get it out of my mouth. That's what you said earlier, right? Shut up. Anyway, it is time. Yeah, we heard. It is time for your late and out of date Smackdown review. Yeah, you heard that. Review for last night. April the 17th, 2026. And we are emanating from Vegas. Lady Appleton, we go to Vegas. Yep, we're in Vegas, ladies and gentlemen. In Las Vegas, Nevada, at the T-Mobile Center, where Raw is going to be this Monday night. But tonight, we're going to be at Allegiant Stadium, where the Raiders play. Fuck the Raiders, by the way. Fuck them. Didn't Mr. Danhausen curse them? He sort of uncursed the Mets with us still losing. 9 in a row, probably hit 10 in a row today. They're starting right now. Big fucking deal. I don't know, man. I hope the Mets win at least one of these games this weekend. Then they come home for the Twins, who are pretty good. Then they got the Colorado Rockies, who suck. But, they always give the Mets fits, and they got the Nationals, who give the Mets fits even more. Soto might come back next weekend. Who knows? Polanco just went on the IL, so he's out a month, at least. The pitching is just horrendous. Senga can't pitch a lick anymore. Get him out. Peterson can't pitch a lick anymore. Get him out. Sean Mania, that fake tribal chief. Get him out. David Stearns, cousin Dave, get him out. We need a rehaul here. All these guys, gone. Beatty, you can't play first base. Get out. You can't even play right field. Get the fuck off my team. Bring up the fucking minor leaguers from Syracuse, not Brooklyn, because, Psycho's not doing so good this year, even though they won the title last year. They're 3-9, I believe they're 3-8 or 3-9. I think they lost last night, but not doing so good early on in the season, but, it's early. Right, like the Mets. They're 7-13 in the first 20 games. Worst team in the National League. Go figure that one out. But, hopefully, something can turn this team around. I think it's the Mondani curse, because that fucking mayor we have here in New York, that dumb, I want to say it, but I'm not going to because I'm politically correct. But that bitch, Mondani, went to Citi Field, hugged Mr. and Mrs. Met, and then after that, Mets went downhill. Get him out. Bring back Grimace. That's what I say. Bring back the purple people eater, Bring him back or bring back the Hamburglar or something like that. We need something to jumpstart this team again. So, we'll see. Maybe on the next homestand they bring... I can't bring Mr. Danhausen because, we'll see. But, we'll see. The Mets need something to wake them up right now. I don't know what it is, but It's, like I say, it's early. It's April 18th, and the Mets are six games out. And JD's just salivating right now. Oh, my Braves are 6 games up on you. Fuck you. They ain't gonna gain shit. They ain't going anywhere. Your team is garbage. The Phillies are in like 3rd place, 4th place. They're gonna fall flat in their ass. And then it's just like between the Marlins and, the Marlins are good, but I think they'll start slowing down. And the Braves are gonna slow down pretty soon, so. But it's early, and I hope the Mets somehow come back by the time we hit June. So 2 months from now, talk to me. Right? Not now. I know Met fans are jumping off bridges now. Good. Nice to see you. Bye. That's it. But anyway, enough about baseball. Let's get to wrestling. That's obviously a much better sport. Alright, so from the T-Mobile Arena in Vegas, Smackdown on the air. Got a little bit of a change on commentary. We usually get Joe Tessitore and my good buddy, Bad News Wade Bennett. Well, I'm afraid I got some bad news for you people. We do get Joe Tessitore, but we get Corey Slave on the call on Friday night. So I guess tonight will be Michael Cole and Bad News Wade Barrett for 4 hours. 4.5 hours. Pretty much. That's 9 hours with your voice there, Michael Cole. And you gotta do Raw on Monday for 2.5. So basically, 11.5 hours. I hope you brought a lot of water. Shit. Because he's gonna be screaming tonight, he'll be screaming tomorrow, and maybe a little bit on Monday, if he has a voice by then. I could say, put Joe Tessitore on just for Monday, and then have Michael rest his voice up till Friday Night Smackdown, and you flip it for a week. And then he goes back on Raw. That's fine. But we got what we get. Joe Tessitore and Corey Slave on the call for Friday Night Smackdown, the Friday before Mania. Let's get into it. Alright, so we open with a nice video package of a lot of wrestlers, and even Jelly Roll. Okay. Talk about various big, huge WrestleMania moments, like Hogan and Andre, which was the iconic moment of the year, this year. Jimmy Hart. Jimmy Hart gave that, I think he inducted the award, he gave it to Nick Hogan, brother, and had a nice statue of Hogan slamming Andre at WrestleMania 3, brother. That was pretty damn nice to see Nick Hogan, brother, Got that. Demolition had a good speech. I forgot who inducted them, but, we had that. I forgot who inducted Stephanie McMahon. Obviously I thought it was gonna be Hunter, but Hunter was in his seat sitting down like an ass. Good speech by Stephanie. And then the Good Brothers, to Sweep Me for the Love of God. Gallows and Anderson inducted AJ. What a short but sweet little speech. Kevin Nash, and I told you this was going to happen. Kevin Nash and X-Pac inducted Rodzilla, Dennis Rodman. Psycho Sid was posthumously inducted, but he had no speech, obviously, because his family didn't want to do a speech. I can live with that. And then I think that was it, but it was still a good Hall of Fame. I didn't watch all of it. I only saw it for Stephanie and AJ, and that's it, and Rodzilla, and that's it. I didn't watch most of the Hall of Fame. I didn't really care for much of it. But, people are complaining on Twitter that Dennis Rodman got in before Cyndi Lauper. Yeah, I get that. I get it. It should have been Cyndi Lauper this year, then Rodzilla next year. That's what I would have done, but I don't run the Hall of Fame. I wish we did. I wish the fans voted for people to go in instead of, having Nick fucking Codman and Hunter and whoever runs this fucking, pretty much Hunter, I wish the fans would just not even vote in. I guess you have to vote them in. Get, the fan vote. Who wants to go into the Hall of Fame next year? The fans vote. I know what I put in. Bam Bam Bigelow. Probably put Cena in next year. Bray Wyatt, Cyndi Lauper as a celebrity wing. The iconic moment should be Randy Savage and Steamboat from WrestleMania 3, which should have been this year, but they put in Hogan and Andre. Wasn't even a better match in that pay-per-view. I mean, are you kidding me? Everybody thinks that Hogan and Andre was the best match in WrestleMania history. Wrong! It's Ricky Steamboat and Randy Savage. And Randy would tell you, right, Randy? Oh, yeah, dig it. Yeah, of course he would. It was the best. You did right, Miss Elizabeth. That's right, Randy. Of course. Of course. There's nothing that tops that match. Nothing from anything in WrestleMania history from 3 on. There is no greater match than Randy Savage and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. I don't care what anybody says. Even people that I know, like Issa, Joe Cronin, Heel Steven, I don't give a fuck what they think. It's my opinion. And mine matters. But Ricky Steamboat Ricky Steamboat and Randy, I'm sorry, Randy. Get it right! Okay. Ricky Steamboat and Randy Macho Man Savage of WrestleMania 3, the greatest WrestleMania match of all time. Prove me wrong. That's all I ask. Prove me wrong, but you can't. Thank you. I'm Peter Joseph, and I approve that rant and message. Now, let's get back to it. Alright, so we got all that good stuff. So it was a good way to open the show. And then we see a car, a Ram truck, entering the arena, the parking lot area. No, nobody got into a fight, thankfully. So we got Randy Orton and his Relentless Force! And Pat McAfee arrive. Nick Aldis is right there with a contract for Pat to sign. So Pat's like, I don't even have to look at this. I'm going to sign it anyway. And then you see Nick Aldis like, hey, got him. And Orton's like, what are you signing? You don't even want to look? So Orton's like, I got no, you know. So Orton looks a little bit worried, but Pat's like, don't worry about it. It's just a standard contract. Sign. So Orton's like, I'm going to go to the arena and talk to my people. And then Pat's like, okay, Nick, I'm going to sign it. Go park my car. Alright, so we got that. So anyway, Randy comes out by himself and gets right to the point and says, I don't need Pat around here. So I was like, oh yeah, I don't need him either, yay! Technically, you know, Randy has a point. You don't need Pat. Pat should not even be in the storyline, to be honest with you. I agree with pretty much almost all of the IWC. I agree with some of you people. Pat McAfee should not be in the storyline at all. Is this a TKO Ari Emanuel, that prick idea? Like Travis Scott last year. How did that go? Down the drain that went, and who knows what's going to happen with Pat McAfee. And if they're hyping a tag team match at Backlash, something's happening tonight. Hopefully Randy winning, but, you know, it's that little chance. I hate to say it, give that little chance a shot, but I'm still going with Randy. Anyway. So, Pat is the one who tells him what he needs to hear, which is how we got here. So, Randy talks about how he was ready to face Drew McIntyre for the belt, but then, well, Cody stopped that. Ugh. And then Cody told Randy to be himself, and he's like, who the fuck are you to tell me how to be myself? Who do you think you are to say that, Cody, you idiot? Cody should have just kept your mouth shut. But Cody does nothing but take. We give and he takes. Like needing Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 40 to beat Roman, you think? Which got Randy put through a table. Sucks for you. Then he gave Kevin a title shot. Well, Cody gave Kevin a title shot. Kerry should have won the title at that Saturday Night's main event. I think that was before the Royal Rumble last year. Which, I think that was the one where Kevin messed up his neck. Ugh. and then, gives him a title shot. And then, after that, Randy got attacked again by said Kevin Owens, gave him a pile driver, almost broke his neck. He was out for almost a year and a half with that and a back injury. Now Orton's going to take something from Cody, and that's the Undisputed title with the 3 most deadliest letters in all professional wrestling. R-K-O. It really means a Gilmore cutter, but bang! Then we get all that. So hopefully we'll see what happens with that tonight. I still think Randy's gonna win. Pat might get involved. I think Joey Rowe will get involved, and that's how we get to the tag team match at Backlash, which will suck. And we get that. Alright. So, simple to the point. And then Randy leaves. Randy goes to the back to meet up with Pat. They get in the truck. And Nick Aldis is left holding a contract, which we don't know what that was. I think we're going to find out tonight. Maybe on the pre-show or sometime during this evening's festivities. I think Pat signed a really bad deal. And Randy's going to be pissed. But even if Randy's pissed off at Pat, Pat's like, you got it. You don't have to worry about it. We'll see. We'll see what happens tonight. Alright, that first segment I gave 3.25 out of 5 stars, and we're off and running on WrestleMania Smackdown. Alright, go to the arena for our first match of the night, a street fight to finally end the mega feud between these two factions, the Wyatt Six. We got Uncle Howdy, Bo Dallas. We got Nikki Cross not in the match. We got Bo Dallas, Joe Gacy, Dexter Lumis, and Big Red Eric Rowan, along with Nikki Cross. They're taking on the MFTs of Solo Mibuki, Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, the Resident Gremlin, yeah! And Tonga Loa, the Girls of Destiny, Hikuleo actually is in this match, fighting for once, and JC Mateo. No, JC Mateo was not in the match. Oh, was he? No, he was not. I don't know why he was not, but anyway. So it started with a big old brawl. To start, Wyatt's clear the ring. Eric Rowan teases a big flippy dippity doo. Oh my god, it's like, what? A guy like Eric Rowan doing a dive? It would be nice, but he didn't do it. He got pulled to the outside, where Hikuleo gets on a shot, and then he grabs the steps. Holy shit, the fans went nuts for this. He basically wrecked Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis, then threw him right at Rowan's head. Whoosh! Boom! Ugh! And it was like, ah! That was impressive. Impressive! Most impressive, Hikuleo-san! Most impressive! Now strike me down and your ascent to the dark side will be complete. Listen to the Emperor. I do a good Emperor impression. Now, young Skywalker, you will die. Anyway, moving on. Alright, go to break, come back. Uncle Howdy gets stomped down in the corner until Joe Gacy comes in for the save. Dexter nips up for a leg drop. That was pretty nice. JC Mateo was in the match. So, he comes in, starts wrecking people. I think Tonga Loa was not in the match. I don't know why. Well, it's any member of them, basically. There's 5 guys. We're going to have 4, because Nikki Cross ain't going to be in the match. By the way, when is Nikki Cross ever going to have a goddamn match? I don't think she's had a match in, 2 years. What is up with that? Let me say, the Hurricane. What's up with that? I mean, Nikki Cross is just there now. She barely does anything, and when she does, she's like, oh, I'm going to do a dive, I'm going to do a Hurricane Rana, maybe a crossbody off the top on the 6,000 people. Just be creepy. But when is she gonna have a match? I don't think she can have a match. I don't even know. Why is she there? I mean, obviously she's playing the Sister Abigail role. I get it, but you know, you're talking about I hate saying this, a former women's champion. I'm glad they got rid of that stupid superhero gimmick. That was god-awful. Nikki Ashhole. She cashes in and beats Charlotte. That was like, what? And then she held it for like, what, a week? That was like a week or two she held it, and then Charlotte, I think, won it right back. That was like a waste. Should have kept her as Sanity version Nikki Cross, as we know her as. I don't get it. I don't get what they do with Nikki Cross. Some of these women, I just don't know. I mean, Maxine Dupree hasn't had a match. You know why? Because she got her bell rung by Natalya. Holy shit, Natalya and Shayna Baszler at Bloodsport last night? Holy shit! Woo! That was a brutal match, and Shayna Baszler was gushing blood. Damn! I watched the entirety of that, I was like, god damn! I mean, freaking Shayna Baszler, like, almost the goddess of MMA, getting beaten, I mean, I can't even say it. She got destroyed by Natalya. Natalya, I think, found her calling. She should go to MMA. Fuck being in WWE. She's barely doing anything now. Now they're doing her right, because she has this MMA type gimmick she's doing. Like, you know, not even called Natalya, it's Natty now. Nasty Natty, if you follow Bloodsport. Every time they do Bloodsport, Natty's there wrecking people. She freaking annihilated my girl Mayu Iwatani. No, not Mayu. Well, Miyu. Or was it Mayu or Miyu? I forget. The one that, the creepy girl. You know what I'm talking about. I think it was Miyu from Japan. Wrecked her. I was like, oh. I was like, damn. She wrecked a lot of people at Bloodsport over the last couple of years. Miyu, whatever. Tomato. She just wrecked Shayna Baszler. I mean, she gave Lola Vice a run for her money in that underground match they had at NXT. I was like, damn. Natty should be in the MMA, wrecking like Gina Carano or Amanda. Amanda Nunes will get wrecked by Natalya. I know Amanda Nunes is like almost unstoppable. Freaking even Ronda Rousey would get destroyed by Natalya. I mean, I don't know why she couldn't beat her in WWE, but that's... I don't go off a tangent, but I'm getting back to the point. Still, what is Nikki Cross doing there? What is she just doing? Is she going to have a match or not? If not, just get her out of here. Let her be with Eric, who's her husband? Fuck. No, it's not fuck. Is it Killian Dane? I think it's Killian Dane. You know, we don't know him. Remember him? Mm-hmm. Big Damo from his indie circuit days. I was thinking it's not Ivar, Eric. Eric and Ivar from the Viking, the War Machine. Eric is, he's married to, Sarah Logan. We all know her. Has a couple kids. Nikki Cross, I think, is married to Killian Dane, I believe. But, you know, Nikki Cross ain't doing shit right now. Let's send her to NXT. Why not? Let her do nothing there. Anyway. Blah, blah, blah. Alright, so, anyway. So Eric Rowan does hit a big flippy dippity doo, which got the crowd like kind of woke up, like, hey! Then it's time for some weapons. Wise clean house. Go to another break. We come right back. Uncle Howdy cleans house with a chair. That's wrong. Just sweep the leg. Sweep the house with a broom. But he gets a chair anyway. Solo gets a release rock bottom on the chair. Ow. And then Nikki hits a flippy dippity doo. Why not? She has to get involved anyway. She goes to Sister Abigail, but Coolio stopped that. And then a Superfly splash gives Solo a near fall. Casey and Lewis are back in for the save. Eric Rowan and Hikuleo, big beefy men slapping meat, they crash to the floor. And Rowan comes up holding his knee. Uh-oh. That's not good for a big man. Anyway, Tamatanga blows up the cutthroat, but Solo's like, nope. Boom, spike to Uncle Howdy. 1, 2, 3. And Tamatanga just standing like, what are you doing? They just stare at each other. That's it. I'm like, Alright, so the MFTs get the win in a smidge over 14 and a half minutes. Match was decent. It wasn't bad. 3 out of 5 stars. So, thankfully, this feud is over. Over! Like Broken Matt Hardy would say. Over! Look at that. Alright, we go to the back. Oh, we got these guys. The Smackdown Tag Team Champions, Dark Truth, that's our Fool, and Poppy Priest is still confused over who's running around casting people. Truth's like, it might be the New Day, Oscar, or even Grayson Waller, and they go back and forth. Truth's like, I'm going to Australia, Waller, Australia, and Poppy's like, trying to keep a straight face. And then we find out they got a title defense against Grayson Waller, and Kofi Kingston later on. Boring! Couldn't fight the machine guns. I'm just saying. Or Fraxium. No, we gotta get the New Day, the fake New Day. Because what happened to Xavier Woods? Is he hurt still? I don't even know what's wrong with Xavier Woods. Does he have a concussion? What does he have? I think he's just lazy and just sitting home doing up, down. Playing video games. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Adam Cole! Sorry. Adam Cole, baby! Still playing video games because he has a mega concussion. I don't know when, if and when he's coming back. But he's on Twitch playing Resident Evil 9. Well, he finished that. Now he's playing Silk Song. Hollow Knight Silk Song. Good game. I played a little bit of it, but nothing great about it, but we got that. Good. We got good games coming out for the summertime. Can't wait for that. Anyway, moving on. So we got that match coming up later for the SmackDown Tag Team belts. Alright, so I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, earlier in the week, we get a video of The Miz and his hot wife, Maurice, renewing their wedding vows in Vegas with Kit Wilson being the priest. Since when did he get a license? Anyway, and then Miz is saying his vows to Maurice. He's like, I only got one thing to say to you, and what the hell are you doing here? And we got Mr. Danhausen. I will curse you. He comes in and says, I'm the ring bearer and maid of honor. And then Miz gets all mad, and then Danhausen's like, you are cursed! And he curses Maurice. I'm like, uh-oh. I guess no more babies for you. Well, that caused they fight, and then Maurice gets she died. Well, she doesn't die. She gets knocked into the wedding cake. Well, not the first time she got icing on her face. Yeah, I had to give that one. You knew that was coming. You knew it. Yeah. Gotta do the chomp on that one. That's a great joke. Moving on. Alright, 2.25 out of 5 stars for that. So, sorry to be you, Maurice. Actually, I'm not really, but anyway. Alright, then we get a nice video, sad video for Royce Keys, Powerhouse Hobbs. Talks about losing his mom to an overdose. I didn't know that. Sad to be you. I'm sorry. Powerhouse Hobbs, my condolences to you and your family. And, she never saw her kids getting to do what they loved. So he wants to make her proud, and it was really sad. We see emotion, crying from Royce Keys. I'm like, damn, this was sad. It's good to cry in wrestling, you know. There's no crying in wrestling. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Oh, even Randy Savage cried at his wedding to Miss Elizabeth at SummerSlam. What year was that? 88, 92? I think it was 92, I forget. Anyway, do you remember?
I don't know, Randy. I forget. I'm so messed up in my head anyway. I don't know.
You should know! Okay, calm down, Randy. But Randy cried at his wedding to Miss Elizabeth. Wasn't such a great reception, you know, with Jake the Snake. That snake, you know. Ugh, don't even get me started with that feud. What happened after that? With the snake. Oh, he venomized the snake. Bullshit. Bullshit. There's no way in hell that the snake bit Randy Savage. Yeah, blood came out. I get that, because, you know, fangs. I get that. But, and then he fought him, and freaking Randy's like, oh, he's going nuts. Like he's poisoned. And then he's fighting, and the blood's still coming out of his arm. Poisonous? That's very suspect there, Jake Roberts. Trust me, he's famous. No, it's not. Jake Roberts! You know? Alright, we get that. Alright, so a little sad little moment for Royce Keys, you know. Just sad. In a bad way, but, you know. But me and the Prophecy sent our condolences out to Royce Keys and his family. And the Hobbs family, really, but we get that. Alright, moving on. Alright, then we're going to look at Papucho Drew McIntyre attacking Jacob last week. That whole thing with, you know, treating him like a convict. And beating him up, bloodying him up. Trying to handcuff him around the ring post, which kind of didn't work, but still was effective. So we saw that. And then we see a police car speeding into the arena. I'm like, who the fuck is this? I thought it was I thought it was Drew McIntyre coming in. I really thought that, but no. Cops come out, they go into the arena with the car. It was on the stage, and then they open up the back door where usually the convict, you know, the criminals are at, and then Jacob pops out. I'm like, oh shit, okay. So he gets on top of the car. I don't know about that. Cop's like, what are you doing up there? So anyway, he gets on the mic, says, yeah, I used to be a criminal, but I changed my life. See, even Dom would tell you, prison changes a man. Right, Eddie? Oh, that's right. My son was an OG. He's a straight G. Not an OG, but he's a straight G. He's a Guerrero. Okay. Exactly, he's a G. Guerrero. So he says, I didn't mind being put in handcuffs last week because I'm not that kind of person anymore. And he says that, tomorrow's unsanctioned, so there's nobody to save you, Papucho, this time. He's like, you want to put me back in a jail cell, but that's in the rear view. He kind of repeats that a little bit. He says, after WrestleMania, Drew, you are going to be in the rear view mirror as well, because tomorrow, it's not going to be a fight. It's going to be a beating. Oh, this is going to be, I hope it's bloody. It is going to be tonight. It might steal the show. Maybe. We'll see. But I gave Jacob's promo 3.5 out of 5 stars. So it was just great. That's how he should have came out. That should have been his entrance at Mania. Not last night. At Mania. Like how Dom came out at WrestleMania. Was it last? WrestleMania 40, I think it was 39 to 40, where he came out the back of the SWAT car in handcuffs with the mask. That was amazing. But yeah, it was good. But that pendejo stole my car. It is my hoopty hoop. Thought he was emanating. He was trying to place me. Fuck him. Hey, calm down. I can't come down. I hate that guy. And now you and Mike have something in common. You know, he hates that guy, you know, from Japan. Don't say his name! I don't like him! Okay, Mike, calm down. We're not going to talk about that guy anymore. I promise you, we're not going to talk about him, okay? We're not going to talk about that guy that rhymes with Banaka. I told you to... Damn it! Ugh! Okay, Mike, go. I'm sorry. I'll put you to a table, Gilmore! It's Joseph. Fuck! Alright, I gotta go. I'm so mad. Bye! Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry to mention him. See, Eddie, now, see, if you mention Ray, you're gonna get pissed like Mike, and you're gonna go crazy. I'm not gonna go that crazy, Eddie. That Mike Awesome guy, he's loco, I see. No, but I gotta keep you in check, so I gotta keep you in check too, so calm down. Sorry. I'm sorry. Anyway. Let's move on. Alright. We got Charlexa in the back. They're talking. They got a match coming up with Bayley and Lyra. They want to win the tag team titles tomorrow, but they want to win later as well. Charlotte wants the title more than their friendship, which doesn't really seem to surprise Alexa because, you know, Charlotte wants gold. I want gold. Were you gold member? Everything you touch turns to gold? Don't touch my dick. Might be able to turn gold. No. Alright, then we get the WrestleMania set reveal, which isn't a great stage, to be honest with you. It is not great. It's huge. They got a big ramp. Is bigger. I'm like, what the fuck? And they got, you know, they go down the ramp. You got the seats, like right near the top of the ramp. I thought that's pretty nice. And then you got that long as fuck ramp, which will take you 30 minutes to just get to the goddamn ring. Imagine if Undertaker was on the show tonight or tomorrow. It would take him an hour to get to the ring. An hour! Just to get down the ring. Unless he's walking. Shit! But we move on. So, not the greatest stage in the world. I think 39 stage was great. I liked the way it looked. There's a few stages that were great. 20, I'd say 25. 33 was nice with the that roller coaster like stage. That was nice. 38 stage was okay because it was in Dallas, even though the set was really small. And I think AJ hit his head. Pick it up a little bit. But yeah, it looked like the same stage, but it was just different. It doesn't look like a slot machine. It just looks like a freaking woo. Well, the price is right. A new car, you know. It's not a great stage. It's not that great. I've seen way better, especially in Japan. During Wrestle Kingdom, this stage is amazing. Just saying. And even Revolution stage was okay. That was a good stage. But for Dynasty, not so much a great stage for Dynasty. But I mean, we'll see what happens with Double or Nothing in New York. How great the stage might look. But I think they should go all out. I mean, not all out, pun intended. But big stage. I want big stages. And WWE, really for their B-level pay-per-views, should have themed stages like they used to do. Like, at Armageddon, they had that, like, castle-type stage, which was great. Love that stage. Back in the, the Attitude and Ruthless Aggression era pay-per-view stages were just epic. That was epic. Nowadays, you get just, like, we got, like, Satellite's Main Event type stages. Like, ugh. Like these little mini-trons, and just like a small-ass fuck ramp. Nah, bring me back to the late 90s, early 2000s with those stages. That was just amazing production. Anyway, moving on. Alright, so then we go to the tag team titles. Dark Truth takes on I Did It, Grayson Waller, and Kofi Kingston. Random match. So they talked about it earlier. Yeah, nobody cared. So anyway, it's also with Grayson Waller slugging away at Poppy. Gets kicked in the face. And that ain't gonna work for you, Grayson Waller. Anyway, Poppy sends him flying into the corner. Hammers away. Then R-Fool comes in. And Waller manages to knock Truth down, but runs right into Poppy Priest. And Kofi made a quick save. You know, it looked like he wasn't really helping him during the match. We go to break, and as always, the heels come back during the break. Truth's in trouble. We get an illegal cover by Grayson Waller, which didn't really count. I guess you forgot you were not the legal man, dumbass. Anyway, Kofi isn't happy with Grayson. What else is new? Gets sent into him. Ouch. Oops. Has a hot tag to Poppy Priest, who cleans house. And then R-Truth gets on the apron for a tag from Kofi. Just like last week, where he tagged Mr. Danhausen. Okay. So Truth then initiates, he does the whole thing. You can't see me! Five knuckle shuffle, chicken! Hey, kids! He does, the five knuckle shuffle into the AA. Actually, he hits the AA. Then, I don't know why Poppy Priest did this, but they hit the five knuckle shuffle. Boing! And then Truth hits an elevated little Jimmy. What is that? I don't even know. I wasn't even watching. I was like, what is this? Anyway, almost 9.5 minutes. You knew it was going to happen. Poppy Priest and Truth retain the SmackDown Tag Team titles. Big freaking whoop. 2.25 out of 5 stars. So, this was your filler match. Filler match of the night. That's that. Alright, then we get a video on Cody versus Pat McAfee from last week. The little promo off. And Randy attacking Joey Roll. So we got that. Alright, then Jade Cargill, the SmackDown Women's Champion. She comes out with Mia Yim and B-Fab for a little chitty chat. She says, well, I should be here. My notes wrong. So she comes out for a chat. She's about to talk, and then Mommy Rhea Ripley comes out. My brutality. So she comes out. Mommy says, I can lay you out right now, but I don't want you to have any excuses going in and coming out of WrestleMania. She accuses Jade of hiding in any way. If you hide in any way, I'm gonna find you, and this is your last chance to say something. And, oops, I went past my notes, sorry about that. So, she's like, this is your last chance to say something or do something. I said, because tomorrow night I'm going to take your belt. So Jade mocks the idea of being scared. It's like, ooh, I'm supposed to be scared of somebody who dresses up like a goth chick. Ooh. I'm like, okay, Jade. And then Jade's like, you had your way around here because of a weak locker room. Damn, that's really putting the SmackDown women's roster on notice. And she's like, Jade, Mommy, if you keep talking, I'm gonna make it real quick at Mania. He's like, yeah, okay. Then she's like, I want to be like you, and says that Jade's insecurities are the reason she is the woman she is today. And pretty much that was it. They go face to face, no fighting, no nothing like that. All right, so we'll see what happens with that. Jade and Rhea Ripley for the SmackDown Women's Championship. I'm going with Mommy to win. We may see EL tomorrow, in this match, because B-Fab and Mia Yim are going to get involved. I think EO is going to come out, maybe stop this. Maybe we see, I doubt it, but maybe we see Asuka and Kairi come out, and they fight with EO, and then that's supposed to lead maybe into Backlash, which should be on Mania, but still. Still, probably going to be doing a Backlash, or they wait till a random Raw, which I don't want. So it's either going to be a Backlash, or they're going to do it in Italy. Not liking it. Not liking it at all. So we'll see what happens with that. Alright, so I gave that segment 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, we're in the back. Solo, me bookie, says praises the team for the win. We won as a team. And he says, "Hey, Coolio, you go out there and win the Andre the Giant Battle Royal." Okay, so he leaves. But now it's time. It's like he's gonna. So Solo's like, "I'm gonna go to Nick Aldis and get a tag team title shot and get our tag team titles back." So that's what really Tama Tonga wanted, but he's not thrilled about it. Okay. I don't get it. You wanted, you wanted Solo to stop being a bitch and stop being like Roman, right? And then get back. We need to get back to titles. We need to get back to business. And then Solo's like, you know what? You're right. So they win this match. And then Solo's like, okay, we won the match. Now I'm going to go get our tag team titles back. And Tama's like, okay. He just has this mean look on his face. Like, why would you be mad? You guys won. Now Solo's going to get the tag team titles back. Maybe you should have done it. I don't get it. Alright, so 2.5 out of 5 stars for that. Alright, after that. Sorry about that. Alright, after that, we go back to the ring. It's Tiffy time! Daddy! What? You see my match last night? Yes, you did very well. And now you got that title shot coming up against Julia, which should be at Mania, but I guess we're going to see it later.
It doesn't matter, I won, Daddy, and I'm gonna beat that Japanese chick, and I'm gonna get my title back. Ah.
Well, you're going to win the U.S. title that you've never had, but you get gold back around your waist, sunshine, and I'll be happy.
I know you are, Daddy. I love you. Can I have your credit card?
Here you go, Dota. Anyway, Tiffy Stratton takes on, well, she was supposed to take on Julia last night for the U.S. title, but they nixed that at the last minute. Why? Why would you change that? Anyway, so she gets a number 1 contenders match against Jordan Grace, Big Mama Pump. Ugh. So, anyway. So we had Julia and Kiana James at ringside. So we started off with a Code of Honor. What? You'll love to see it, but what? In WWE, a Code of Honor? What? Okay. So we go at it. They have a standoff after a Tiffany Stratton fruit roll-up for a near fall. Then they have a standoff. Jordan Grace sends Tiffy into the ropes. Tiffy flips away with ease. Flippy-doo. And then Jordan gets a little bit mad and strong with an electric chair drop on the rope. Ow! And a clothesline for a near fall. We go to break, come back. Tiffy reverses a suplex into a DDT for a double down. Jordan tries for a powerbomb. Tiffy elbows her in the face, sets up a basement dropkick for a near fall. To get back up, Jordan ties Tiffy in the ropes with some rapid-fire headbutts. Okay. Followed by a package powerbomb, not a power driver like my boy Kevin Steen, but a package powerbomb. That's interesting for a near fall. Tiffy comes right back with a handspring stunner. Interesting. I thought she was trying for a handspring cutter, which would have been nice too. But anyway, hits that, goes up top, looks at Julia. Julia like, she's like, I don't care. And then Tiffy hits the prettiest moonsault ever. 1, 2, 3 in 8 minutes. Tiffy gets the number 1 contender spot, so she will face Julia at some random Smackdown, probably. So ain't gonna be tonight, ain't gonna be tomorrow. Probably be on the Smackdown after Mania. That's what I'm thinking. And then Tiffy's probably gonna beat Julia. And it's what it is. And like I said, we got the spring cleaning coming up. So the releases are gonna be coming from NXT, Evolve, and the main rosters. So I would not be surprised if we see Julia on that list, because she hasn't done shit. 2 title reigns and nothing. That's just sad. For a woman that annihilated people in Japan. Annihilated people. Kind of like Decla, and Decla started off slow, and now she's the AEW Women's Champion. Amazing promos. She was even at the Stardom show, I think it was on Thursday night, beat the fuck out of that guy, the promoter. I was like, damn. Oh, and his name is Okada. Not that Okada, but his last name was Okada, I think. She just came from behind because she had problems with him in Stardom. Why not? I didn't think everybody had problems with that guy. I think everybody started leaving. Eventually, Kairi, Asuka, Io, and Julia, Decla, Mina at certain points. Everybody from Stardom had a problem with that guy. I was saying Obari, but that's New Japan. But Okada-san in Stardom, he was a prick. And he still is a prick. Stardom's still a great promotion for the women in Japan, and in the US too, but, man, that guy's a prick. And Decla just came in and was like, hey, look, you treated me like shit. Now look at me now, bitch. I'm sticking it to the man. Good job, Decla. Good job. Fuck you, Okada-san. Not Kazuchika Okada. The other Okada. We don't really talk about. Alright, we get that. Alright, so Tiffany Tip versus Julia for the US title. Probably this Friday night on Smackdown. We get that. Alright, then it's time. Let's put a lemon pepper steppers on. It's time for Trick Willie Shawn. Whoa, that trick. What? Whoa, that trick. I like it. Whoa, that trick. Oh, yeah, man. Okay, Booker T's going nuts. Alright, so he comes out without Little Yachty for a little kitty cat, not happy with Sammy, who went way too far last week by knocking Little Yachty the fuck out. So he's like, Sammy, you hurt my friend last week, and that kind of hurt something much bigger. It hurt my WrestleMania entrance. Damn it, Sammy. So Trick wants Sammy to come out right here, right now. Get your gingerbread ass out here right now. So we hear Sammy's music. I was like, okay, we're gonna get something. And then the gingerbread man comes out. I'm like, wait a minute. Is that Little Yachty in the gingerbread man suit? Well, it wasn't actually, but we'll get to that in a minute. So Trick is laughing up a storm. I'm like, wow, that's funny. I mean, his diss track, we finally got the diss track for him and for, Sami Zayn, the gingerbread man. It's a banger. If you haven't looked at it, go on YouTube and download it. I mean, not download it, watch it. You can download it on Spotify. Good shit. So, Trick thinks Sammy's friends might be on Drury Lane. I guess that's in Vegas. But then the real Sami Zayn comes out, says he's not having a good time with all this. Aw, poor Sammy. Poor Cabbage Patch Kid. Oh, poor baby. Gonna cry, little bitch. He's like, I don't even know what I did wrong. You still don't know, Sammy? We could have had Metal Mania, but you fucked that up. You too, Hunter. Bastard. He's like, I don't even know and I don't even care. Okay, nice Al Bundy reference. Don't care. So, this title is for the Ride or Die Sami Zayn fans, and they're going to be in my corner at WrestleMania and beyond. And then he looks at the guy that's dressed up as the gingerbread man and says, can you, get out of here? You're kind of giving me a bad vibe. Oh, you're getting distracted, Sammy, you little bitch? Anyway, Sammy says that Trick has talked a lot, but hasn't shown him anything in the ring, and all Sammy sees is a little punk rookie about to walk into his first WrestleMania with one of the best ever. I'm sorry. Sami Zayn thinks he's the best ever? Maybe in Ring of, your brother, Generico, he could technically say that, but we all know the real man of Ring of Honor that whipped his ass from 2008, well, not even that, well, I say 2008 on, and still kicks his ass. even though Generico is basically isolated in Mexico, because ICE kicked him back there. He's never coming back to the United States. Fuck him. But no, Sami Zayn, you're not the best ever. I don't give a shit what you say. You're not the best. We know the best is Roman Reigns. Anyway. So Trick says, I am the plan, and that I see not one, but two gingerbread men. So then they start fighting, and the gingerbread man's like backing up a little bit. Sami hits the hell of a kick to the gingerbread man, and he goes, woo! And then we see his head in the uniform or whatever. No, we see him. It's not little Yachty, because it's some white guy. Or some stooge. Not stooge, but some indie guy. Well, lucky him. Probably didn't even hurt that much. You get kicked in the head, you're in a fucking cosplay shit. You get kicked in the head, you don't really feel like shit. Not that I know that from experience, I'm just saying. But anyway. So, he gets the hell of a kick, knocked for a loop, but then Trick Woody comes back with a trick shot. Then he holds up the title. Uh-oh. I don't like that, when a heel holds up the person's belt. You know what that means most times? That means 95% of the time, that means the champion is going to retain. Trick. So, I don't know. I think there's a possibility Sami wins this and people are going to be mad and riot. But I'm still going with Trick. He's on fire right now and there's no reason that he loses this match. No reason. I think little Yachty will get involved and help Trick get the win. That's what I think is going to happen. But we'll see. Alright, so I gave that segment 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we got a video on the women's Fatal 4-Way match for the women's tag team belts with the Bellas saying Nikki is still hurt. I lost my spot. Still hurt. She was in a walking boot at the Hall of Fame, so they already said she's not medically cleared to compete. Paige is going to take her place. They didn't even mention that, but they're gonna say, oh, it's a surprise! Some surprise if you leaked it. It was leaked on Ringside News, the Bible of all wrestling talk. And people, even on YouTube, did videos on it. Oh, Paige is back! She signed a multi-year contract. She's going to be in the match. Oh, some surprise! But, Michael Cole and company on commentary are like, oh my god, we haven't seen him in years! And then the crowd's like, and Paige is like, I'm back. This is my house! It is your house, but you went to AEW, you know whose house that is? That's Swerve's house. Whose house? Swerve's house. You invaded his house and he said, bitch, get out of my house. I know that's your girl. I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. Rosa loves Paige. Religiously loves Paige. I met her mom, by the way. I did meet her mom. She's a nice lady. I told her, like, my girlfriend loves your daughter. We love her. We saw the movie. It was great. She gave me a big old hug. Then we took a nice picture. It's on my Facebook page. Real picture, by the way. I don't take fake pictures. No AI shit. AI is garbage and it's for the devil. I don't use that shit. Oh, well, I'm sorry. Okay, so your other minions that use that shit. You're gonna use it and I'm gonna come down here and I'm gonna kill him anyway. Oh, I'm Satan Almighty. Okay, calm down, Satan. There we get that. Alright, so we'll see what happens with that. Alright, then we were supposed to get Charlotte and Lexi taking on Bayley and Lyra. It ended in a DQ in 30 fucking seconds because Nia, Michael Jax, and Lash Legend came out, beat the fuck out of them. So, like, what was this match about? Why did we have this match? As a filler? Filler match. Wasted 30 seconds. I could have went to the bathroom. Well, even though I would have came back, I was like, oh, you got knocked. It was just a filler to the Battle Royal. Come on. Anyway, zero miedo. Zero for that whole thing. They basically laid everybody out, and that was it. They're not gonna win. They're not gonna retain. I doubt it, but because I have this feeling. I really want Bayley and Lyra to win, but I have a feeling they're gonna give the belts to Paige and Brie Bella. Ugh. Get me with a spoon. No. I don't want it. Let me move on. Alright, then we get a nice video for Brock Lesnar and the Gouda, who, the Destroyer, who, the Bringer of War, the mountain you cannot conquer. Oba, who, Femi. Oh, that's gonna be a banger tomorrow night to open the show. Oh, you got a banger to open the show, and you got might be a banger to end the show with Roman and Punk. And then I think the ladder match is tomorrow. That's gonna be a banger. Oh, I hope Javon wins that match. People say JD McDumbfuck is gonna win the Intercontinental title tomorrow. I'm like, huh? I don't know. Maybe. It's like a 5% chance. Same thing with Rusev and Dragon Lee. I think it's really gonna come down to Pentagon, Javon, or possibly Ray winning the Intercontinental title. You see that? Ray's not gonna win! Okay. I will make it so! Okay. Eddie's gonna get involved. He's gonna push Ray off the ladder with a gust of wind. No, because we don't have Dragon Balls where we can resurrect you. You can go to King Yema's house and it's like, hey, we get that little halo and you come down with the little What's the name of that fucking witch in Dragon Ball? I got that person's name. It comes down with a witch, and you can come down for 24 hours, and you gotta get back up to the outer world or whatever. You gonna do that, Eddie? I'd try anything to get him away from that IC title. Okay. So we'll see. And that's that. Alright, then we get to the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. So we had Powerhouse Will Hobbs, we had A-Kid, Psycho Clown, so we had a lot of people from Triple A in this match, interesting, Psycho Clown, Zack Ryder, Woo Woo Woo, you blew it, The Zod, Idiot Dragunov, Shinsuke Nakamura, Johnny Gargano, who really didn't do nothing, he just laid there, I was like, what the fuck are you doing? I don't know why this guy was in the match, below average Joe Hendry, Rey Phoenix, we had Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo, Los Lobos, they were in the match. La Parka, he was in the match. Otis, Kid Wilson, the original El Grande Americano, I think the fake El Grande Americano, so Ludwig Spears and Chad Gable were in the match. Interesting there. Alex Shelley, and Chris Sabin of Motor City Machine Guns. Aleister Black, my boy Shiloh Hill, still follows me on Twitter. Nathan Frazier of Fraxium. Tala Tonga, Hikuleo, Apollo Crews, Akira Tozawa from Catering. And then, Joaquin Wild, and Raul Mendoza. We haven't seen them in a while. Jeez. So they're just picking people. Hey, you're in Catering. Get out of here. You're in a match on Smackdown before Mania. Yay. And then on Monday, you're out of here. Yeah, pretty much. I can see them leaving Apollo Crews, Body You, Tozawa, probably Body You, which will piss off Jack Farmer. I know. Hi, Jack. Say hello to Flobo for me. He's not doing so well. Flobo and me, not happy Met fans, but they're actually winning right now. Mark Vientos hit a home run. It was 1-0. Whoops. Well, now it's 1-1. What else is new? Peralta always gives up fucking runs. So Ian Happ hit a home run. Now it's 1-1 in the second inning. Well, actually, let's check that. Might be more than 1-1. No, still 1-1. Top of the sixth inning. So we got all that. And so Peralta is gone 4 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, which is that home run, 2 strikeouts. His ERA is higher than my mortgage. So we got that. So 1-1, top of the 6th in Chicago. And they got a game tomorrow. Then they're off Monday because it's the travel day. They come home for the Twins, the Rockies, and the Nationals. Then they're back on the road. But yeah, Mets are 7-13, 6 games out. And the Braves play the Phillies tonight. So that's hopefully the Phillies win, even though the Phillies are up by a game and a half over the Mets for last place. The Mets are 2 games back of the Nationals and Miami for second place. But 21 games in, the Mets are in last place. Feels like 2024, doesn't it? Remember that? When they were in last place and they just jumped to first place with, oh my God. You know, that thing, Grimace. You thought it was funny, right? No. Funny things, sometimes funny things actually make things happen. The Yankees won yesterday. They're 11-9. Big deal. They're crushing KC 10-2. KC sucks anyway, so they should sweep them. Let's see, if Judgy Wudger Stanton hit a home run. No, not really. Bellinger has 2 home runs. Old man Met. Well, former Met Ahmed Rosario has a home run, but yeah, 10-2. 10-2 Skankies. They're about to win this game, so they're going to go to 12-9. They were a half game back of Tampa Bay, so they're fighting for that AL East right now. The Mets are just they're on life support right now. 9 in a row. Might be 10 today. Who knows? I hope not, but it's not looking good in Metland. Polanco's on the injured list. Soto's on the injured list. He might come back next week. They're saying the next homestand, which is pretty much next week, but not till next weekend, maybe. I think next weekend against the Rockies. But then again, he might come back the week after that. Maybe in that National Series. I mean, we'll see what happens. Depends, he's doing a semi-running program. I don't know if he's going to do any rehab games in the minors. I mean, we'll see. I don't think he needs it, but we got that. Polanco's going to be on the injured list for at least 2 weeks to a month with his he has a wrist injury now. Then he has the Achilles injury, and now he has a wrist injury. I mean, jeez. And then you put a bum like Brett Beatty at first who can't play a lick. Why isn't Vientos in there? Why can't we get somebody from the minors to play first base? I mean, seriously. Beatty looked so bad yesterday. He had like 3 or 4 errors. It looks horrible. Mets are playing like the Bad News Bears yesterday. I should say last night, but yesterday. Yeah. I need a sip after that. Cheers, you fuckers. Moving on. Alright, so we get to the Battle Royal. Johnny Gargano's lying on the mat. Kit Wilson tripped over him and he was first eliminated. What? I guess the curse is still on for Kit Wilson, And Maurice got cursed. Miz is still kind of cursed. Kit Wilson got cursed last week with a pyro. And now, he just trips over Johnny Gargano. I mean, that's funny but sad at the same time. But anyway, they fight, and we get to the end. We get the big men, Hikuleo and Powerhouse Will Hobbs, big, beefy men slapping meat. The fans were, coming to their feet. They were, loving this. And really, behind Powerhouse Will Hobbs, they fight, and then Hobbs hits that spine buster on Hikuleo. He pulls down the straps. Gets all hook it up, brother. And then he hits a clothesline. Over the top rope goes Hikuleo, and Powerhouse Hobbs, I think we kind of predicted it. So Powerhouse Hobbs wins the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. It was a decent thing, 2.5 out of 5 stars. Now, we'll see what happens with Will Hobbs, because, everybody who wins the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, they get a mini push, and then down they go. Hopefully that doesn't happen to Will Hobbs. I think he has a good shot to win the United States title, possibly from Trick. I think he'll be in the world title picture. You know, him and Randy? Interesting. Yeah, that too. Why did my notes go up? I wanted them to go down. That's what she said. So yeah, we get that, and we move on. Then we go to the end of the show. Cody comes out, you know, talks about Randy and everything, blah, blah, blah. And then out of nowhere, CM Punk comes out? Like, wait, what? And Punk's like, you know, he's all dressed. He's like, and then Cody's like, oh, you're dressed nicely. Punk's like, oh, yeah, we got the Hall of Fame coming up right after this. You know, we gotta get out of here. So Punk talks about, you know, Dusty Rhodes a little bit. Blah, blah, blah. He says, I'm not your teacher, but on Monday, the two of them will be there, and he wants the fans to be there too. So he's like, get it done, retain over Randy. I'm going to retain over Roman. Right. And, have fun. So Punk goes to leave. Cody's like, get back here. I'm not finished with you yet. So Cody's like, Punk is up against someone who is so good they've had to invent names for him. Yeah. You think. The Tribal Chief. The OTC 1. I mean, there's so many names for Roman. It's insane. So you weren't born into this like Roman and me were, but you came here because WWE wanted you. Yeah, they needed him because Punk did so, you know, he had that fight in AEW, and Tony Khan's like, I don't want you anymore. You know, he feared for his life. You know, I feared for my life, and I will fire him. But please watch my show. Then he does a line. Anyway. So, Punk is back, better than ever, making a case to be the new Mr. WrestleMania. No, that will always be The Undertaker. You know, people say Shawn Michaels. I still think it's The Undertaker, because nobody ever is going to beat that streak. Anyway, so Cody thanks Punk for everything he's done, and my dad, Dusty Rhodes, make a dream, baby. He would be proud of him, and he's like, my dad was so proud of you. And he's like, I love you, man. Cry like a bitch, Cody. Cody crybaby. So Punk thanks him, they hug, look like they're about to kiss. Oh, God. Just kiss already. Nobody would care. And then that's it. Then, well, that's it for the segment. Then we end the show with the opening video to Mania. I think we're going to see it tomorrow, too. It was narrated by Lin-Manuel Miranda, whoever that is. It's about being there for the moments and how one day you'll tell your kids about where you were the weekend, where more moments take place, more memories are made. Good video. I thought it was nice. We're going to see that tonight, see it tomorrow, maybe see it on Monday. I don't know. But, you know, great moments. I've seen every WrestleMania, and I'm 49, and WrestleMania didn't come out until 1985. 85, I believe. And I was there for it. I was there for that shit. I was there at 1, I was there at 10, and at 20. I went to the New York ones. I didn't go to the one, that 8-hour one that was WrestleMania 35, which was horrible. I didn't go to 29, which was in MetLife Stadium, the first one. That wasn't that long. Thankfully. I wanted to go to it, but I didn't go. But, you know, I could have went to 35, maybe with my brother from another mother, because he kind of lives like an hour away from there. Now about an hour and a half away. In Jersey. You know, could have stayed with him the whole weekend, basically. But I didn't. I stayed home. Anyway, but yeah, I seen all the WrestleManias, had great moments. Some WrestleManias were good, some not as good. 9, 11. Not 9/11, the tragic day, but WrestleMania 9 sucked so bad. 11, we all know what happened at 11. It sucked too with Bam Bam Bigelow and Lawrence Taylor at the main event. Garbage match that was. There's a few other bad WrestleManias, but there's some really good WrestleManias. I think the last good WrestleMania, I think 39 was good. Not great, good. But 40 last year was alright. You know, I didn't really like Roman losing, that's one thing. But 41, not last year. 40 was alright. 41 was mid. So, we'll see what happens tonight with 42. I hope they can pull off something good tonight. Because usually night 2 is better than night 1 over the last couple years. When they went to 2 nights. Because they're trying to be New Japan. Failed misery with that. But I digress. So, anyway. I think it's going to be a good WrestleMania tonight. And that's it. So, I'm going to do my WrestleMania predictions in a little bit. Because we're pretty much 2 hours away from the show. So, I'm going to get the predictions for night 1 and 2 done today. Then probably after WrestleMania goes off the air, maybe I'll do the review for night 1 later tonight. I'll see how I feel. Tomorrow we'll talk about AEW, Collision, and Dynamite. We'll do that video. And then I'll see if I can do the Rock and Roll Hall of Shame inductees video, because I've been meaning to do that. I know it's a little bit late. And then get you ready for night 2 of Mania. And then we'll do the review for Mania Night 2 on Monday afternoon. Get you ready for the Raw after Mania, which is going to be epic. As everybody's going to be there. Randy might be on SmackDown, so it's going to be Oba, Brock, Punk might be there. Well, definitely be there. He's on Raw. Roman is advertised to be there. Cody might be there. Who knows who's going to be there on Monday Night Raw from Vegas on Netflix this Monday. But we got tonight, night 1, should be some good stuff. Cody and Randy to end the show. We're going to open with the 6-man tag team match with The Vision, Logan Paul, and Austin Theory, along with ISO Speed, taking on the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, along with Eli Drake. That's not an insult, that's a fact of life. So we'll see how that goes. And then we got pretty much 7 matches. 6 matches after that, the opening match. So we'll see how that goes. Tomorrow is 6 matches unless they add a match. I hope they do, but I don't know if they will, but we'll see. So, total 13 matches as of now for Mania. So, lots of surprises. Mr. Danhausen is going to be doing some segments, possibly with John Cena to open the show tonight. And because Cena is hosting both nights of Mania, so that's going to be nice to see Cena. The Hall of Famers are going to be there, I think, tonight and tomorrow. That's nice as well. I think night 2 is going to be better than night 1. Unless there's a banger match tonight. I mean, we'll see. But enjoy WrestleMania tonight. If you're having watch parties, grab a lot of food, drink. If you're having a party with your friends, hope you guys have fun. Be safe. Don't drink too much, because you got to do it night 2. That's that. If you're at Allegiant Stadium, be safe, be well, have fun. I know Issa's there, everybody, all the media is there. Lee Salcido, Minnie is there. They're gonna have fun. Posting some good stuff later on, maybe into tomorrow, into Monday, and then someone will be back this week with some watch-alongs. I think Issa's gonna be back Friday. It depends. She should be back Friday for Smackdown. I know she has an event in Puerto Rico next Saturday, so she has to come back before Saturday. So we won't see her for until Friday, and then for SmackDown, she was at SmackDown last night. She's at Mania night 1 and 2. She might be at Raw on Monday. So if you see her, tell her I said hi, and say hi to yourself. And that's that. But she's a nice lady too, and that's that. But anyway, guys, I gotta get out of here. We gotta get ready for Mania. I'm gonna do my predictions in a little bit. Have my lunch, my sensible lunch with the missus, and then we're gonna get ready for night 1 of Mania. We're gonna have some nice food later on. And it's gonna be a good time. And that's that. But thanks for watching, everybody, and final SmackDown before Mania. Rating, it wasn't a great show for SmackDown, but I gave it 6.5 out of 10 stars. Let me know what you fuckers thought of the show down below in the comment section. Electric Witty would say, let's talk about it. And that's that. Alright. Guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Hit that bell. Coming up in a little bit. TSL number 111 on my Shadow Slayer 2.0 channel. So check that out. WrestleMania Night 1 and 2 predictions coming your way. And then we got WrestleMania, baby. Let's get it. And that's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time. Peace, motherfucker.